Greetings and welcome to Points of View. There's an email circulating around with the subject line, "Someone finally asked the question, ... And it's about somebody on ABC TV's network special on healthcare last June, where President Obama was asked if he would give up his current healthcare program and join the new universal healthcare program that the rest of us would be on. And it says there was a stony silence and Obama ignored the question and chose not to answer it. It also says that in addition to this, a number of senators were asked the same question and their responses, "We'll think about it." It goes on to talk about how the Kennedy health care bill was written into the new health care reform initiative, ensuring that Congress will be 100% exempt. And then it encourages you to pass the email around, and that if you don't pass it around, may you enjoy his plan. Well, I normally would delete something like this out of hand because these forwarded emails are almost always crap. But because I got this one from a family member, I decided to look into it a little bit. Trutherfiction.com called it fiction. There's a link in the sidebar where you can look at what they had to say about it. However, I found out that in a way, they're right. He did answer the question. The trick to it is that you have to wade through the effort to distract people from the answer. If you do that, you can find the heart of the answer. A question asked by Dr. Oren Davinsky, epilepsy specialist.
If a national health plan was approved and your family participated, and President Obama, if your wife or your daughter became seriously ill and things were not going well and the plan physicians told you they were doing everything that reasonably could be done, and you sought out opinions from some medical leaders and major centers, and they said there's another option that you should pursue, but it was not covered in the plan, would you potentially sacrifice the health of your family for the greater good of insuring millions? Or would you do everything you possibly could as a father and husband to get the best health care and outcome for your family?
And now we have President Obama's answer. Remove everything from that answer that doesn't directly address the question, and you have the actual answer.
And you're absolutely right that if it's my family member, if it's my wife, if it's my children, if it's my grandmother, I always want them to get the very best care.
So there you have it, from President Obama's own mouth. Essentially, Obamacare is good enough for the average American, but it's not good enough for Obama. And by the way, the part about Congress exempting themselves from the public option is true. To quote a Washington Times article, in Section 330 of the bill just passed by the House Democrats, members of Congress exempt themselves from the controversial public option, which many analysts say eventually will force millions of Americans out of their private plans and into the arms of a government-controlled plan. There's a link in the sidebar for the transcript of ABC News' Prescription for America special and that Washington Times article, and the video that I just used clips from is also available on YouTube, and that link is in there as well. Now, it seems obvious to me that if we're going to have a big national health care plan, that it needs to apply to everybody. Now, I don't know how we're going to manage it, but it seems to me that the politicians need to be subject to the same health care plan that they're trying to push off on the rest of us. And do you think that it's at all possible to get the politicians to actually live with the same health care plan they're setting up for the rest of us? What do you think? I know what I think. I think it'll be a cold day in hell before that'll happen. In the next episode, we'll be discussing what constitutes a really good vampire movie, and listing some of the better vampire movies that have been made. That's my point of view. Thanks for watching.